And we are live. Welcome to Profile Pod TV. I'm your host, DoubleAA, back again for another exciting episode of the Profile Pod. Man, first off, right away, I want to say, how about them Lakers, man? How about them Lakers? One more W. I got, as you can see, I got my Kobe Minneapolis old school jersey behind me, and then we got the where's the purple one at? Oh, you can see it barely right there. There it is, Magic Johnson. Man, one more win. I'm pumped. I'm pumped, man. I was hoping they'd win tonight because I knew that was just going to give me that extra juice for the show, for tonight's episode, man. What's up above the hook? Welcome wherever you're tuning in from. Thank you so much for tuning in, man. I'm excited. We got a great show in store for you guys. Before we get to everything, we bring on our guests, man. I want to say just a couple things. Don't forget the 1,000 subscriber challenge on YouTube. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. I need your help. Go on there, Profile Pod TV, click on the little red button, and it's all good. It's all good. I really appreciate it. If you've subscribed already, thank you for subscribing. And much love, man. I'm trying to. That's a huge, undertaking. But hey, we all got to shoot for the stars, man. We all got to shoot for the stars. We got to set the high standards, raise the bar. And if we're not doing that, then we're just settling. We don't want to settle. So go ahead and subscribe. I much appreciate that. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram at ProfilePodTV, at 90s Galore. And, follow us on, follow, share, all that good stuff. Follow us on Apple Podcast. Leave us a rate and review, subscribe. And I always love interacting, man, with the audience, with the viewers, the followers. Speaking of interacting, this is an interactive show. If you have questions throughout the night for our guests or myself, post it. We'll try to get you on. We'll try to get post the question or the comment on the screen. And we have fun with that. So that's always a plus, man. We're also going to do the raffle. We had the raffle last week. We had the giveaway contest during our ladies' night with DoubleAA last week on that episode, which, by the way, you should check it out. It's on YouTube now. And we had the giveaway. And so we have the raffle coming tomorrow. I'm going to post it. I'll do a live on it. So stay tuned. Thank you for all of you who participated in that. So get ready. In the comments already, we have a couple of friends. Damien, my man Damien Carrion is here. Wow, look at that. Nice of you to join us, Damien. Who else? Above the Hook's here. Mega Man's here. What's up? Thank you guys for being here. If you're watching the replay, thank you as well. And if you're tuning in right now, we thank you for joining us. So a couple shout outs before we get to our guests. The Kickback Podcast, Chris from the Kickback Podcast. Thank you so much. I just won a contest today. Man, I've been lucky lately, man. I got to go play the lottery. Okay, I won last week on the Spin the Wheel with Penelope Ray's Boutique. And then I won today on Spinning the Wheel again with Kickback Podcast. And I'm going to get the first ever Kickback Podcast t-shirt. So I'm proud of that, man. I'm proud of that. I'm ready to go. I'm going to go buy a lottery ticket tomorrow. Shit. So thank you so much, Chris, man. I appreciate you. Check out the Kickback Podcast, ladies and gentlemen. They're also on YouTube. Check out their podcast, man. It's that shit is funny, man. That's a funny podcast. So if you like to laugh, you'll enjoy that one. We also, one more shout out, Renegade the Rapper. Thank you so much, Renegade, for all your support and love you've been showing. I really appreciate what you do. Check out Renegade the Rapper, everyone. She's up on YouTube. She is out of the Pacific Northwest, state of Washington. She's been on this show before. She came on about 3 months, and we're going to get her back on for part 2 ASAP. So can't wait to get you back on, Renegade. Thank you for showing the love. Much appreciated. So go check out Renegade the Rapper. So I'm looking at the private chat here. You guys got jokes already, huh? Ladies and gentlemen, this is part 1 of the 3-part series that we're calling Talking Football. This whole week we're going to be talking football. Quite simply, I played collegiate ball. I played at the community college level aka JUCO level, junior college, and then I played at the Division I level at Cal State Northridge, which unfortunately now is a defunct program. But we'll get into all that. The gentlemen I have on for tonight, we all played together, and these guys are finely tuned athletes, or used to be. These guys are big time ball players, man. I made big time plays, enjoyed playing with every single one of them. This is a pleasure to have them on here because it means a lot. It means a lot. I mean, I've known these guys now. We're going on 20 years, and super knowledgeable about the game of football. Super experienced, so tune in, man. This is going to be fun. I can't wait to bring them on. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, my three good friends. We got Jason Nicastro, Johnny Acosta, and Martin Bacon Jr. Welcome, guys. How are you?
Hey, thank you for having me. How you doing, Andy?
Good, brother. What's going on, Jason, man? Thank you so much for being here, bro.
Thank you.
And by the way, no, I know you got the Dodgers shirt on. Let's go, Dodgers. We got to pick it up, man. That'd be sweet. Nice. Thank you. Perfect. Speak of the devil, Johnny and Jay and Martin, what's up, man? How you guys doing?
Just living prime time with AA. Are you kidding me? Big time over here.
I'm trying to get to your level, bro.
Double A.
I triple double A.
That's right, baby. That's right. What's going on? What's up with you, Bacon? Coach Bay. I got to call you Coach, right?
You know what? Only people that don't know me call me Coach, so don't worry about it. But I'm doing great, man. Glad to be here. AZ, glad to be here, man.
No, man. Hey, I want to thank you guys for being. Like I said, man, you guys are brothers from other mothers, man, and you guys are, we've been going on 20 years, I think, since
longer than that.
Man,
longer.
Yeah, for sure, man. Jason, you went to school with my younger brothers, Bacon. I think you too. You knew my brothers before we met when we played at Chafee. And so we're going on at least 20 years now, 22 years with Johnny. When we first met,
you know what I'm saying? Like, you're so mature that the coaches put you in line so I can learn how to be an adult.
That's right.
Still didn't work.
Going on 22 years of mentorship. I'm appreciative.
I love it, man. Yeah, you're welcome, bro. Mature. Shout out to Coach Beach, as he put it.
Yes. Coach Beach put in the work.
Mature. Yeah, man. So, we always tell that story, bro. You want to do the honor? I'll give you the honors. You want me to do it?
Yeah, you do it. I didn't like you then, so I wouldn't want to tell the story.
So we're this is 1998. We're at Chafee College. I'm in the gym. We're up in the weight room pumping iron. Johnny was sitting down, as he usually did in the weight room, and so I'm talking to Coach B. Our head coach is Coach Beach, Carl Beach. Shout out, and he introduces us, and Johnny's like, "Hey, what's going on, man? What's up?" And Coach Beach tells him, "Well, this is Andy. He was in the Navy. He's mature, how you should be."
He did. I was just like, "Who's this fucking pencil neck geek?" Andy was like, literally like straight out of the Navy, right? Like,
I was a year out. A year
out. He was just like, "Yes, sir. No, ma'am." And everybody that got to play with me knew that, like, I love to have fun, and football is important, and you have to be, serious at times, but you got to enjoy the process, and that's the part that I wish I could have kept the whole time for my college career, because there was parts I lost the love for the game. But when I was at Chafee, I got to meet a lot of my friends that I call brothers now, and it's like you said, over 20 years.
Yeah, man. And what I just thought about, guys? We all come from successful programs, man, and Coach Bacon from Etowanda High School, myself at Rancho Cucamonga, Johnny Corona Centennial, and Jason Altaloma, who the only one who won a CIA championship.
Oh gosh!
Don't worry, Bacon. You're two notches on my ring, Bacon.
You guys got him twice?
Yeah, they did. They did. They got us in the regular season and in the playoffs, second round, man. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It hurts. It hurts. And
What was the score? What was the playoff score?
We lost by 14.
They kept it close the second time.
We did. We did.
Tell the rest of the story, Bacon. Who wasn't there? Who wasn't there?
Basically your whole team, and they still beat us bad.
In the playoffs?
Carlos Bocanegra. You guys all know who that is.
Oh, that's a soccer dude, right?
The soccer dude. Yeah, the guy who just got actually put in the Hall of Fame for the U.S.
Yeah. And
he was our returner, our corner,
honestly,
our receiver.
They blew us out in the playoff game, but they were up ahead. We kind of I think we scored 21 straight to make it within 14 or something like that. Went for an onside.
The dogs off, dude. The dogs got called off.
Yeah, but they whooped us.
Talk about the first one. Talk about the first one. Since
the first one wasn't even close. That was
I think the CIF record that got set.
What happened?
No.
Yeah.
What?
Guy named Kyle Slusser getting 4 picks in 8 minutes because AJ just wanted to keep throwing them to him.
Did he really?
4 picks in 8 minutes. Just saying.
Wow.
I don't know if it's still a record, but it was.
Wow. I thought we lost 40-something to 10 or something like that.
Like Jason doesn't know the score. 43-13.
Yeah.
If you'd asked me 10 years ago, I would have known. Right now,
Yeah.
You know what? I will have to say, I went to Centennial and Jason's Altaloma Braves beat Centennial for the CIF. That was the most overlooked team. Centennial, they were talking about sizing things and they were talking about
beat Centennial in the CIF.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
they had
I didn't know that.
They had 2 or 3 dudes.
I thought it was like a walkthrough game because they had everybody talked about the dude that was going to UCLA.
Kenya.
But they said, they're all little skinny, athletic dudes. They're going to run the ball down their throat. And I was there at the game, and I don't think I've ever told Jason this, but it was one of the most impressive teams. They really balled out, and they balled. I don't know.
What was the
people
score?
Don't understand
that one I know.
Yeah,
I was talking to a coach. They're talking about CIF winners and stuff. People don't want to say that 97 Altaloma team was one of the best teams I've ever seen. If you think about the people that were on that team, it was at least 10 of them that was all whatever. I mean, at least 10. So, that was crazy.
They were balling. And,
Squad,
everybody talked about the soccer team and, they said, oh, they got soccer dudes playing. Those dudes were out there. Centennial
you met it with White Lightning, Mike Golightly, when he ran for us at Chafee.
Yeah, Centennial had 5 dudes that were going either Pac-12 or Pac-10 back then.
Really? What was the score in that game? What was the score in that game, Jason?
It was 26-0 going into the last 2 minutes.
How did we know Jason was going to bring that up?
Oh yeah. Well, he asked. I'm just answering.
That's
incredible. The final score. We didn't say we needed
the final score.
Updates.
Well, what happened is our coaches pulled the whole starting the whole starting defense was on the bench.
Yeah,
coach was great job, guys. And then these cats got 16 points in 30 seconds.
Wow.
Yeah.
Shenga,
it was
Shenga
bam bam.
Got, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
They put him at receiver, but it was
Shenga was on that team that you beat.
Yeah. It was the 2 I remember were Shenga, obviously, and then was it James Woody? Was that his name, Johnny? So he was the running back.
No, Damian Barton was the running back.
There you go.
And then
that sounds familiar.
Shenga was a linebacker.
And there was one other guy, big guy, James something, I think.
They had 6 dudes go D1, and 3 of them played in the Cal Shrine game, and they didn't do nothing.
Wow.
And it was funny though because I'm Rancho ran the ball down their throat, and I'm they're gonna do the same thing: trap, run game. They try to stretch it. And Kenyon was dominant. That dude was throwing their O line you can't do nothing there. So,
I know I love giving you guys crap, but honestly, we seriously talk football. My butt was lucky. I had never played football. That was my first year.
Wow.
And then who's my teammate? Kenyon Coleman, Carlos Bocanegra. Gerald Evero was a sophomore or a junior. Now he's a coach of the Rams. You had Ige Evero.
Right.
You had Ige who can run straight faster than anybody I know.
Yeah.
But we had guys all over that could play.
Brian Gladys was one of the best quarterbacks that was in the area.
Etowanda kid.
Yeah.
He left.
He left.
And he could have played with us at Northridge, and he was too busy. He went to Northridge. He's actually there when we were there, you guys. I don't know if I ever introduced you. Yeah.
I know that.
So,
man, that's
Bake, you
incredible,
know,
bro.
but they don't. So,
And coached by Tim Nelson, right?
yeah. And then Tommy Mitchell was our D coordinator. And we had guys who, I didn't know at the time what I was walking into, but got lucky. And then that's why I guess I love giving Johnny such a bad time, because Centennial, obviously, the powerhouse it is today.
You know, the sun shines on the dog's ass every once in a while.
Well, hey, right now that program needs all kind of love, because I think Alcaloma's won like 20 games since, and that was 20 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah, I think
times have changed, right? Now if Alcaloma played Centennial, it would be a whole different story. But
we're running clock the whole second half,
right? That's the beauty about football, though. You know, having these conversations, you know, having these types of conversations, reminiscing, remembering the scores, who did what, you know, who played how, and that's what it's all about, man. And if those of you who've never played football, football is it's a very unique culture, man. It's a very unique, you know, it's a unique world, you know, especially when in high school, man. I mean, high school football is just almost second to none, man. I mean, we all played college ball, but high school football, would you guys say, I mean, as far as, I don't know. Yeah, let's just, you know, let's ask the question. I mean, did you enjoy high school more than college? What do you think, Martin?
I did. I think if I had to rank them, it would be probably, man, JC and high school like tied. It was a great experience. High school was fun because I love the fact that we played at Chaffey College as a high school. I love the fact that the crowd was there, and even when we didn't play, like when Altaloma played, we would go watch the game and wear our Letterman's jackets and just sit like in a section and just like watch the game. You knew everybody. I don't know, that Friday Night Lights, there's nothing that beats that. But JC was more of the family of just coming together to play day games. Like that was something new, you know, playing Saturday like at 1:00 in the afternoon kind of thing. But high school was so much fun, and our teams wasn't even that good. I mean, my junior year was better than my senior year, but just having that recognition, having that playing, and like you said, when we think back on it now, there were so many people that we played against that was just ballers back then that people don't even understand. Like there's like you name some names, you'd be like, oh yeah, that was fun. That was fun. But I think high school was a great experience. I think everybody should play high school football, to be honest. And one thing I learned being a coach is they say nobody goes after their high school experience and say, I wish I never played football. They always say in high school, I wish I should have played football. So that's the one thing I tell players all the time. Like, you won't regret it. No matter what, you won't regret it at all. So
100%, man. Absolutely. I can't agree with you more. Can't believe it. What about you, Johnny? I mean, you know.
Well, I'm like Jason. Like, I only played 1 year. I only played my
senior.
Yeah. I only played my senior year in high school. So
I didn't know that.
Damn, I forgot about that.
Like, it was a learning process. Like, at the beginning of the year, like, I was like, okay, well, the only thing I knew was even you stepped right, odd you stepped left. Like, the technique and, you know, all this stuff, I was just like, well, I step right and hit whoever's right there. And I had a great coach. Like, luckily, I had a really good coach. His name's Coach Khalil. His sons played. One played for the Panthers and one played for the Vikings in the NFL. And he played in the NFL. He was at the USFL, and then he went to the NFL afterwards. But I owe a lot to him. You know, he made the experience great because, you know, I was lost. Like,
what made you play? What made you play?
You know, I had gone. I grew up in Orange County, and then my freshman year after basketball, my mom and dad moved us to Corona because of the gang violence. So, you know, the first, you know, semester out there, I was like, you know, everybody in Corona grew up with whoever went to Corona High School or Centennial High School. They knew each other from kindergarten. So, like, for me, I just talked to my brother and, like, try to make friends. And it was an awkward experience because I left everything I knew to learn something brand new. And then I just didn't like the coach. Like, the coach kept talking to me, but I'm like, I just kept hearing things, and I was like, no, I'm good. Like, I don't want to play. And then my junior year, the second semester of my junior year. He ended up going down to San Diego, and Coach Geringer, which I love him for life. He was one of the security guards at Centennial, and he just stayed in my ear, and he just told me he's like, you're good, like you said, Bake, you're not gonna regret it. All you can do is try. And he stuck with me, and there's a lot of times I'm like, I don't want to do this, and fortunately he convinced me to play.
That's dude. I thought you played 2 years in high school.
No, just at Centennial.
Yeah, man. Damn, that is crazy, bro.
Yeah,
that's crazy, man. And Jason, man, like Johnny said, a similar story. We all know it's a similar story. You played 1 year. So what was the thing that convinced you to go play, bro? And why didn't you play prior to that senior year in high school?
For me, well, my family background, so football really wasn't an option. But I kept nagging at my dad, and finally senior year he said go. And then obviously at Altaloma back then, as you were talking about, Bake, we were a smaller community then. The fact that Etiwanda, Rancho, Altaloma were all in the same field as a college. There was 4 people playing on that field. That field, as you know, was mud by the end of the year. It was so. Yeah, you had that whole small community feel to it. But then my PE teacher was a guy named Art Keel at the time. Kept bugging me. He's like, "Why are you even out here? Now are you not PE?" Which he's right. So finally, my dad gave in, and then I got lucky. And you guys all know Coach Martin had him as my coach, and I didn't know what the hell I was doing. Like Johnny, it was step left, step right. Okay, A gap, B gap. But
yeah,
you go watch first 3-4 games. I didn't know how to hit. I was running around trying to slam people like WWF or WWE. Sorry. But then finally, it all kind of kicked in. But I don't know. If you guys talk the difference. High school, I think I'm picking JUCO. I enjoyed high school in that 1 year, and still a ton of people there. That was probably a great experience. That championship there. Won other championships with nothing like that.
Yeah.
But look at the brotherhood. Here we are, 22 years later. We're sitting here having this conversation. I got one of our old teammates texting me talking trash because he's laughing that I'm sitting there talking trash to you guys because it's still like we're in the locker room.
Who's that?
It was Ed. Yeah, I mean, we can come together. It was like it's 1998, 99 again. It doesn't matter.
Right.
I mean, hell, you guys were in a wedding that should never been for me. 20 years ago,
we could leave that out. We could leave that out of the comments.
My point being is, look at us. Here we still are. Here we still are.
I agree with Jason. Like, the greatest experience was JUCO for me.
The good, the bad, the ugly. We're all here.
Yeah, I loved every minute of it. I mean, I still have friends from Centennial, and that's a brotherhood. But Chafee will always have like an everlasting effect on me. From the lessons I learned, the adversity, and the brothers I made. Like, there's nothing like it. And we had a great experience, and we won a championship, and we had fun. And us 4, we're lucky we got to play, together. And have that enjoyment and have that fulfillment through college as brothers.
No doubt, man. No doubt. Yeah, it's for me. I think high school. Each level was just different, man. Each level for me was just amazing. I don't know if I can narrow it down, but high school was just, man. I don't know. You're under the lights. It's all your friends are in the stands. Your family's in the stands. You're playing for your school, your community. You're playing for yourself, your team. Not that you're not doing any of that at the higher levels, but at that point that's all you know. That's all you know at high school. In high school, you're going through. You hear about it growing up as a kid. You see it. You have older cousins, older brothers playing, or what have you. And then you can't wait until it's your turn to get up in there and play under the lights and all that, and and you play freshman ball, you play JV, or whatever, and then you finally get to varsity, you get under the lights, man, and it's just a big deal, But I was blessed to play, those 3 levels with you guys, and I had each experience was just, a blessing, man, amazing. But football wise, I don't know. High school was just something special, man.
Yeah, but you played high school 10 years before us.
Go ahead.
You played high school 10 years before us, so you said 3 levels together.
This guy, you graduated You graduated in 97. I graduated in 94. Ooh. Gosh, you're so much young. You freaking little spring chicken, you.
That's funny.
All these guys, man. Wait, who's the youngest here? I think Bacon, right?
Bacon
No, you're
has to be.
Oh yeah, Bake. When's your birthday? We're close.
April.
August.
Oh, jeez.
You're 79, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you by 4 months.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I look the oldest, so we're second
I was
oldest.
gonna say you definitely look the oldest.
Andy got me.
Oh,
wait,
shit.
double A, my bad.
I don't. That's a tough. You guys are like at the top of the screens, and I'm trying to compare. And
Hey, take
Check
the hat
this
off.
guy
Take the hat off real quick.
that's why I grow the
Tiebreaker.
Man.
I want to talk about the
We're here to talk
hat. I'm
football.
talking about the other one.
We're here to talk football, not my boyish looks, bro. Come on. Hey, no, but if just to give people some background, man, we all come from the Inland Empire in San Bernardino, Riverside counties, which is about 40 miles east of downtown LA. And we played with some, like, I think Martin, you said it earlier, man. We played with some exceptional, amazing talent. And to this day, I mean, the Inland Empire is a hotbed for football and athletes in general. Coach Bacon, man, what's it like now, though, bro? For you, and now you're a head coach now. You're a head football coach. What's that experience like? What's that?
I said thank you.
Of course.
What's
bro.
it like? I don't know, man. It's an experience. I will say this. I never thought that I would be a head coach ever. I always thought that I would just be a regular assistant coach. I was the guy that when the problem came, I'd be like, yeah, the head coach is right there. I don't the head coach is right there. But now it's like it's fun and challenging at the same time because it really is your vision, it's you. It's an implementation of you, so you can't mess it up. And when the chips fall, it's your fault. So you got to make sure that you do what you want to do and not listen to other people. But nowadays, I think the kids, you try to compare, or you don't try to compare, but I compare when I play to the kids now. I think that the school spirit is not there. Like, I'm sure when we were in high school, we were repping our high school like it was the greatest high school in, like, the USA kind of thing. Like, letterman jackets, like, everything you can imagine. But now it doesn't seem that way. It doesn't seem like you have all these outside factors, that they partake in, but you just don't see it that way. And I think that's one of the things that kind of sucks because I think the kids are missing out. The fans doesn't seem to be the same, kind of thing. It doesn't have that feel sometimes unless you're like in a big program like Corona Centennial. Maybe it's like that, but I don't know. It just doesn't have that home community that thing. Even like Jason said, like when we played, it was a small community. So even when Alton played, we would go watch the game because it was just like you either had friends there and you just wanted to either see them play or talk shit, but you would be there. Like everybody in the city would be there. We would watch each other play. Now it's like, who cares? Like, oh, there's a game. Oh, I might go. I don't know. But I think the kids are not getting – I think that's the one thing that they're missing with when we played, though. But I don't know. It's fun.
I think, I think the generation, I think, has a lot to do with that, It's just a different world, different generation. You mentioned the outside factors, a lot of stuff, factoring in now. Yeah, man, because that small community, that point, man, that's a great point because you always, and you, myself, and Jason, we grew up in the same town, but we represent each one of the high schools, and like you said, you always knew someone at Etiwanda or Alto Amor Rancho, and everybody knew someone from the opposite schools.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, no, so that's a great point that you made, though. But I think down in Corona, Johnny, Corona's a big town, big football town down there, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. I'm gonna have to chime in about what Bacon said. I think one of the things that's kind of diluted the high school is it's the kids don't live where the kids play, and I think that is a big factor. The transfers and the movement. I think that has diluted some of the football because it's like, this kid grew up in Santa Ana but is playing in Upland, or this kid from Upland is playing at Mater Dei. It's a sad part for high school now because a lot of it has to do with recruiting and transfers and who can offer what and it's just like college. You're recruiting. Winning is going to bring the biggest recruits and it's going to bring them the attention. But I think that's what is diluting the not, I wouldn't say the talent pool, but the community support, the interest from the kids at school, because you're like, who do I cheer for? You're like, that dude just started class like 2 weeks ago. I don't even know who he is.
Who's that kid?
But he shows up for football games, so I have to know him. So to me, I think that's one of the things, because I know growing up for us, Corona was small. I think Centennial opened up in '92.
Yeah,
he was young. So back then, it was really just Corona High School versus Norco. And it was, they banged for the best of them, and those teams were stacked. They had dudes that went to the league. Norco's known for their linemen. They put like 22 linemen in D1 when I was in high school, and Corona had, some studs. And then Centennial opened, and it was a rivalry because all those dudes knew each other growing up. They played Pop Warner together. They went to elementary school together, junior high, and then when it came to high school time, they split up, a big talent pool between 3 high schools. So those teams were stacked, and it was, I still go to like 1 or 2 Centennial games every year, and they're a big production. They're Logan's put them on the map, and he's done a great job. He's won 10 championships, and but it's sad to say is they have recruited too, because not all those kids live in Corona. So I think that's one of the things for me that's hard to deal with high school right now. It's just like that kid didn't grow up in Corona. Like you put on the flag for Centennial, and it's it's an honor, but it should be the kids from Corona that are repping, and that's the hard part.
I think building off of what both of you said, you both made some points, and Johnny, you started to head where I wanted to go. The thing that kills high school for me anymore is this. It's not just about playing in high school, and the parents, they're part of the issue too, especially with all this recruiting and moving around. Everybody's going to get a scholarship. Not everybody gets a scholarship.
Yeah.
Everybody's stuck on this idea. My kid is D1. My kid's going to NFL. You guys, we all know. What is it? 2% of all high school athletes make it to college. 1% of all college athletes make it to the NFL. If you make it to college, you've made a great opportunity for yourself, whether you're a walk-on, whether you're a scholarship athlete. The fact that you're there, everybody now, they think the world owes them something, and it kills me. And especially all these startup teams now. It's like the travel football, like travel basketball. Football is not like basketball or baseball. Football is, like you said, a production on top of good, bad, or indifferent. You have 50, 60 people. You've got coaches. There's so much into it. You can't do what people are trying to do.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
No, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. I think, like what you said, I think not everybody's going to get a scholarship. Now, granted, nowadays you go to a certain school, you might have your chances might get higher, kind of thing, because you're at a certain school. But if you think about when we played, there's like one person on each team that you would thought that would get a scholarship out of high school. Yeah. Kenyon Coleman, Deontay Whitaker, I think Shin Black for Etowanda, or, it was like you just picked like 1 or 2 from each school. And I was like, okay, it was okay. Like you knew that you would play. You might have to go JC route or maybe get a chance, but you're not one of those, 2 or 3 guys that was at your school. And that was okay. Nobody was like, well, let me go to this school to try to do that. It was like, no, I like the school that I'm at, kind of thing. So I think that changes the perception of a lot of kids.
Absolutely.
Oh, no doubt, man. Yeah, seeing that process as a father of a player, the last 4 years, and just seeing the landscape. That type of stuff back when we were playing, man. It was almost non-existent. You played, where you live. You know, you went to the school where you live, man. Bottom line, and you represented your community, and you represented your school and your family, and yeah, that's huge, Johnny. That's a huge point that you brought up, man. That's changed so much, man, and it's unfortunate. You know, it's almost like a college. I mean, shit, it's like a business now, man. In high school, you know, and
even 10 years ago when Bake and I were both coaching. I'm not coaching anymore, but Bake, you remember when I was coaching? We played a championship game against a team that was all a backfield of kids not from that city. Upland's whole backfield was Colony, Charter Oak. I don't even remember. It was everywhere but Upland, and Upland is probably one of the smaller communities around here.
very true.
That was 2009. And it's only got
you're right.
They were doing it. They kind of they were ahead of the game there, huh?
I was gonna say they're the pioneers.
I don't know if they're the pioneers. I hate to admit it might be Altaloma, but
no,
they definitely don't want to figure it out. Yeah, there was a guy in '99, a running back that came from Bonita, if you remember.
Oh yeah, that's right. But I think that it started when Osos got built. I don't know if you remember that article in the paper where like 8
all
kids,
the Rancho kids.
Yeah, transferred like 8 or some kids that transferred to Osos kind of thing.
Yeah.
And that was like the huge, but I would have never guessed in high school to play at Altaloma. Like I would have never thought like, oh, is there a chance that I can transfer over there and play?
You didn't even think about it.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Not at all.
Yeah, my best friends went to Rancho. I was like, later.
Yeah.
I'm like, not me.
Wow, man.
That's fun.
Yeah. Hey, Martin. So as a head coach, bro, and based on all your experience, you know, as a player, as a coach, and now you're, you know, obviously you got your own program. What are some of the values, some of the things that you want to instill in your players? What are some of the things that you want to see from your players? I mean, in this new generation, you know, in this new generation, what are some of the things that you see now or that you want to see?
I think my coaching philosophy comes from Chafee to Northridge kind of thing. And I look at it as like Hadaway, my mentor, Coach Hadaway, the head coach of Chafee. Shout out to him. Like I owe that man a lot in the sense of just being a good person on playing football, how to study the game, how to prepare, how to help be accountable, you know, kind of thing. And he instilled in me the stuff that, you know, he would teach you the tools of football like you were at the next level. So one thing that I try to do to my kids is what they learn about just football itself, they're going to learn like they're at the next level. So if they ever do get there, they can already be ahead of the game. Okay. So that's the one philosophy that I'm like, you're going to get college level coaching from me because I think that's where, you know, it should be. You know, I want to give you the best tools possible. But with that, I think it goes beyond football. Like I try to tell them that football makes you, it just turns you into a person that, you know, like the accountability, the team, the family, like it's so many good qualities of you playing a team sport. Any sport, I don't want to say football, but any sport, like playing a team sport, it gets you that. And I think one thing I try to instill is accountability, you know, with grades, have them understand that no matter what, you have to have good grades to play any sport. So it's not just a Coach Bacon rule. That's what the rule is since, you know, the sport has been invented. So you can't change that. So it's life. So, you know, and then it's, why do you miss practice? Do you think that you can do that when you have a job or not, you know, calling in saying this happened or that happened, just not showing up or doing whatever you want to do? You know, it's just something that kids these days just don't understand, that they're not grown. They're not grown. You have to follow rules and you have to do this to get where you want to get to. And it might suck, but that's just the way it is, you know? So if you can handle this, if you can take care of your business, I try to instill in them that good things always happen to you. Like if you do what you got to do, weight room, classroom, on the field, the good things are going to happen to you. Success is going to come. Don't worry, you know, kind of thing. So I just try to tell them it goes beyond football. You know, like football is there to help you, but this is something that you're going to take with you for the rest of your life, as we all know. Like all the stuff that Coach Hadaway has told me, I have taking that when I was working as a in a group home or as I was an instructional aide. Like I took that with me on what he was saying, like, and it just sticks with you. So I just try to let them know it goes beyond football, man. It really does. And the kids don't understand that until you get out of high school. And everybody gets those kids that like, man, I wish I'd have did this, or I wish I would have listened to you. You know, we even said it. I'm not gonna lie, we even said it. But I try to tell them like, I'm trying to give you this knowledge because I didn't listen. The coach tried to tell me, and it's just gonna pass down year after year after year. You know, please listen to me. When the last game of the seniors last year, I told them, you guys didn't listen, but I'm telling the juniors now, you're going to be in the seniors' place, and you're going to be the same way because you're going to go. It's just an ongoing cycle. Like, they don't understand that. But hopefully they get it. Hopefully you reach, you know, the group of kids that understand and be like, yeah. You know, and then I think another thing being a head coach or just being a coach, I like the relationships after football, after high school. Like when I get text message, hey, I got that job, or, you know, I'm getting married, or this and that, where I can keep that relationship and then say like, I appreciate you being on me and yelling at me, you know, kind of thing. Like I miss being out there, you know, those are the texts that you love getting from players, you know, so I miss that.
Definitely, man. You develop those bonds and all that good stuff, man. Yeah, 100%, Martin. 100%. You know, how long have you been coaching now, Coach?
I think it's 16 since 02 or 03. So where are we at? 20? So
Wow.
03. So I'm going on 17. So I think it was since 03. Right after Northridge.
Yeah, I remember you started right away. I think Jason, when you started coaching.
I coached 04.
04?
Yeah, I started May 04 that spring, but I didn't keep going like this guy. I stopped in 2011, I think was my last year. Then that's how I went and worked on I went and worked on my master's.
That's a long time.
Got that master's done and went admin route for a while. But yeah, another story, another night.
Yeah, and Johnny, man, I want to know, you never got into the coaching ranks, at least in high school, right? You might have done some stuff in Pop Warner or maybe at the youth levels. I've always wondered, how come you never got into coaching, bro?
You know what? I would have been the biggest jerk. Like, you know, as you guys remember, like I love to gab and, you know, check to see how everybody's doing on the football field. And, you know, I think, you know, one of the best and worst qualities about myself is I'm brutally honest. And I don't think it would go over well with parents or, you know, children that are developing. And I had to tell somebody like, your son is trash. So he's one of those 10-play kids. Yeah.
Hey, even when you're nice, they still tell you that, so it doesn't matter.
Well, yeah, I know that, but you know, it just, you know, from like now, my nephews are one's starting high school and one's in 8th grade, and you know, for me, it was always like, you know, I never wanted to push them to do anything they didn't want to do. You know, I agree with Bake that sports gives you and gives you so much for your life. You know, it gives you the ability to understand brotherhood. It gives you the ability to understand work ethic. It gives you ability to work hard and to honestly understand what you're willing to give for the man next to you. You know, those are lifetime things that you can take and apply to your career, your families, you know, to everything.
So just life.
And, you know, it's something that, you know, you don't think about it until you don't have it. And then it haunts you. Like, you know, I should have done this, and this. Like, you know, for me, the biggest thing is like I should have been in the weight room, you know. But like I tell Andy and Jason, like, you could build a football player, but a star is born. I just got it, you know. But
yeah, imagine them feet with a little bit more weight room, though. Like you said, it haunts
no,
you.
I agree.
There's things that haunt me too. I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, it is, and it's because you don't have it no more. You know, you don't. You know, I tell my nephews, like, I would trade you everything I own, every penny in my bank account, every possession I have, to get a chance to be a freshman on the high school campus, to have fun, to enjoy, but most of all, to play football.
Yeah.
That I was going to ask you guys, because I know Jason only played 1 year, but Bake and Andy, did you guys play all 4 years?
Yeah.
I did. And I played one year at Pop Warner and then in 4 years of high school, bro. So, man, and the same with my son as well, with Renee, watching him go through the process and learn those values too, Johnny, and learn the whole, learn that football, that camaraderie, the etiquette, the culture, everything about football, right? Which I already, I was just watching him go through, bro, and it was amazing to watch, bro, because I knew exactly what he was going through. Game day, the jitters, game night, and then just walking through the tunnel, we're getting ready to take the field. That all those nuances, all those experiences, bro. And like I said, I always tell everybody, if you've never played football, man, you just don't understand it. You just don't get it. It's just one of those unique things. Coach Bacon, I know you played some Pop Warner as well.
Yeah, I've been around football since like, I don't know, 4 years old, or whatever. The funny thing is, when I was going to Rwanda, I wasn't going to play football. I was like, I'm burned out. I'm not going to play. And I remember Mike Fatante and another player was telling me that he was calling my name doing roll for the freshman summer. And I'm like, I'm not going. And my mom was like, all right, sure. And then I remember watching football, and I was like, yeah, I do want to play. And then I just showed up and just played all 4 years, kind of thing. But I tell people all the time, because people think that, oh, you have to play to get a scholarship. No, because everybody has a different story. I tell my players all the time that the kid next to you might be playing for that scholarship because he has nothing else and he needs that. But then you have the kid next to you that just needs football to get away from his house or his other problems. And you have one kid that just plays because he just likes the game. But the whole thing where it comes together is, like Johnny said, you're playing for that kid's dreams. I'm not going to mess up because the kid next to me needs this. So he's depending on me to do what I got to do. If I'm going to be here, I got to be here to help him out, not just myself. So I stress that all the time, Johnny. It's not about you. It's about the guy next to you, man. He might need this. This is something that he needs. So you got to put in 100% for that, kind of thing. So I agree.
Yeah, for sure.
I agree.
And it's just that doesn't apply to just sports. When you're in a career and you have a job, there's going to be a situation that comes up where you have to be a team player and you have to step your game up and you have to do something that isn't your responsibility, but it's going to pay off for you in the end. And those are things that sports teaches you. And football for me was everything. I'm jealous to hear, Bake, you played 8 years. I played 4. I blew up my knee my freshman year at Chafee, so I didn't really play that year. But I got to play 4, And hearing you guys say that, you got to play 8. That.
No, I played more than that. I played.
You played.
Wow. I think I started at 6. I want to say I started at 6, and I only didn't play. So me and my wife was talking about this, that you brought it up. I've played since 6 years old, and I haven't coached only 1 year. So I haven't been around football before that. And then after I started playing, even after I'm done, I was not around football just 1 year. So all the way up, I've been just around football, either coaching or playing. And she's makes fun of me because she's like, it's you. There's no way of you not. You're gonna be 68 and coaching just to coach. That's what she says.
It's the greatest game. It really is the greatest game. Really you get to literally take out all your anger, take anything pent up, anything out, and literally get to beat up the guy that stands in front of you. And not get arrested, not get shot by a police officer or anything like that. And you literally have the opportunity to do it down in and down out. And, it's fun. I always tell my nephews, your uncle talked the most trash. I don't think I could go a play without, saying something. But I also, picked him up that play. would knock him down, and I would tell him, like, I'm gonna be here all day, so just get up, because it's not gonna be any better. And it's such an adrenaline rush. It's such a heartfelt feeling that you literally dominated a man physically in front of you for one game. And I still remember my best games, and I'll never forget those. I remember hitting guys and just hearing them say, "Oh," and I would tell them, like, we'll be here all day, so might as well have fun with it.
I think you still remember practice, not even just games.
Yeah, I remember when I ear-holed you. I'll never forget that.
From all those weights you were lifting, huh?
Like I said, you can build a football player, but stars are born. You know what I'm saying? You did? You did?
Yeah.
See, still talking. Said he did talk. Still talking.
I'm with it. But that's football. That's football.
Absolutely.
That's football. You hit them in the mouth. Either they hit you harder or you hit them. And you as a teammate, you pick them up, and you tell them to be
part
here.
of it. Yeah. You're right.
And it's not about taking cheap shots, not doing anything. It's it's mano a mano. Get up or get down.
Exactly.
That's what it is.
Everything you guys just said, from the life lessons. I was teaching class today, telling kids, what are you going to do one day when you don't want to work, but you got a mouth to feed at home? It's the same thing with football. You're talking about picking up your teammate, the life lessons you go with. And I even brought up jokingly with you guys about a day you guys were at, but we're always going to be there for each other because we built this brotherhood. Andy jokes about the whole brother from another mother. Look at us still, 20-something years later. Yeah. And Mr. Quiet over there, because I know he's the host, but he coached. He went out there and did the same thing. He could probably still tell you his favorite JUCO game, because I'm sure we picked the same one right now and not even talk to each other about it. So we all have those moments we remember.
And these mythical 3.5 tackles for loss. Is that the one? More Park?
I don't think he's going to say that's his favorite.
What's yours, Andy?
What, favorite game?
Your favorite football memory?
Oh my gosh, dude! I mean, that's damn. I mean, I loved winning a championship in high school, a league championship. That was a great team memory. Individually, I think I had some really good games at Chafee in junior college, and particularly one, the first that we played Moore Park. My sophomore year, I mean, after you left, that was, I mean, that first game was just like, I was in the zone, man. I was in the zone. When you just get into that zone and you're just like floating on air, and you see everything clear as day on the field, just laser focused. That's another thing, playing on that field and getting into that mode, getting your mind into that mode. And in the heat of the battle, in the heat of the game, and that's football, man. I played basketball. I competed in baseball growing up. I played for many years, and it's a different experience. It's just a unique world, man. Being on that field, because I didn't experience that as a baseball player or as a basketball player or any other sport, man. For that matter, or whatever. Football is the only place in the world where I experienced those emotions, those thoughts, where I took my mind to places I still haven't ever reached again, but yeah, that one game in Moore Park, man, and I was defensive player of the week, and I had really good statistics. I got an article in the paper, blah blah blah. But yeah, I have to say that's one of probably that's up there, man. That's up there,
I can dig it. I've seen the article. I mean, how are we gonna forget the text you sent us? Yeah.
But
Hercules.
Oh man, another great memory is when we played Southwestern, man, and that was, I mean, that they were a juggernaut, offensive juggernaut. Going into that game, they were averaging 250 yards on the ground, right, Jay? I think
it's something like that. 2 something.
and we came in. I think we shut them down 88 total yards, or 89 total yards. Yeah, Martin.
Yeah, but that goes back to the whole brotherhood thing. So like you're talking favorite football memory. To me, that's probably my favorite because that whole season, we start the season. I missed the first 3 with a broken foot. That's the game we finally were all together and we were playing for our life because we had lost those 3 games.
Yeah.
I'm finally back. This guy is playing how he had been playing. Bake's doing what he does in the back. We couldn't be stopped till the next game when this guy tears his ACL. I mean, the rest of the season, I felt like we were playing for you, not for us. I don't know about you, Bake, but I mean, watching that guy on the sideline killed me.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah. I tore the meniscus, by the way. It wasn't.
I was gonna say, you had a miraculous recovery. Andy got that old school. You're old. You just rub dirt on it.
Take some tussin. Right. But let me say this about Jason, man. That particular year, I sustained that injury, and let me say this guy Jason, man, I'll never fucking forget it, and I love him for it. He took care of me, man. That guy took me to the hospital. He got me dinner that night. He was there, man. He came to my house. And I don't forget that, bro. And that's the type of stuff that, I mean, what kind of a friend does that? That was a great show of, friendship right there, man. I'll never forget that, Jay. And I thank you, bro. I don't forget that, bro. And I think I've told you that maybe, I think maybe shouldn't bring that up, but I was going to say a certain speech.
That goes back to my point. Good, bad, and different. We're still there for each other. That ain't going to change. So, hey, the story I got about you at your wedding was pretty good. And it wasn't from any of your, yeah.
Oh, yes.
It was a table story.
Mm-hmm.
My wedding?
Yeah,
classic.
Your wedding.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
The Navy story.
Days.
Oh,
Navy days.
It was funny because I never heard of it.
Neither one of us had.
We're sitting there like, what? He was in the hospital for what? He got it where?
Yeah.
I can dig it.
Yeah.
He was in the military when it was the don't tell, don't ask, or don't ask, don't tell. I could dig it.
Don't. Hey,
that's why I was out real quick.
I was in the Persian Gulf, man. You guys were still, picking your nose and.
Back to my point, you played football back in 10 years before us.
But I really wasn't. I was. I mean, we all. Hey, I'm 94. Your class of 90. Johnny's 96.
96.
You guys are 97, man.
Persian Gulf, you were hanging out on a ship, dude. 94, it was kind of chill time. The war part was over. They didn't come back to like 98, 99, no?
No, 97. I got out in 97.
No, but I'm saying like the war kicked back up. All the other stuff started like 99, 2000, no?
Oh, shoot. I don't know, man. As soon as I was done, I was.
You didn't care.
I did my. Absolutely. I was done, bro. I didn't know. I think you're right, Jay. I think you're over there, something like that, bro. But yeah, man. I mean, the stories, bro. The camaraderie, the brotherhood. I mean, the friendships that you develop. It's second to none, bro. It's like no other. I'm talking about football teammates. And those relationships you create and you build. I mean, yeah. Here we are again, 22 years later, man, and just picking up where we leave off every time, man.
Funny part, we're barely talking football.
What's that?
I said we're barely talking football. It's more of what it takes to do it and what you get out of it.
Yeah, of course. But I think it's part of the culture, man. It's part of, But I coach as well, like you mentioned, Jay, and coaching's a whole different. Yeah, it's a whole different ball of wax, man. It's a whole. I love coaching. Getting on that field again and building guys up, man. Building players up, building the youngsters. I don't know for you. I don't know if, but Martin, coach. Sometimes it was frustrating because to coach, and I'm sure you guys have experienced some of it. What I'm about to say is, because we come from a certain generation or the 90s, whatever, and it was sometimes it was hard for me to instill those same to get the players to think the way I thought, or to you know, it was frustrating sometimes, man. It's like you got to appreciate, again, I think it's just that generational gap, man. It's just a new world, and because we had to earn everything. There was none of this instant gratification crap.
Everybody didn't get trophies.
Social media, we didn't get moral victories. Yay, everyone gets a trophy, like you said. We were competing, man.
I was gonna ask Bake, like, how do you combat the entitlement attitude and having to get children and break that, you owed me because I showed up. Like Gabby said, like for us, I don't think anything was granted to any of us. Going, especially when we got to Chafee, there was players in front of us that were good ball players that we weren't given any slack. And it was, go strap your pads on, bang whoever's in front of you, and be the better man. But, I see it because I my nephews played, Pop Warner or Junior All-American or whatever it is. And, these kids show up and, I'm him and I deserve to carry the ball 20 times, or I should get, 20 passes, and everybody's the quarterback because everybody thinks they're Joe Montana or Tom Brady. How do you overcome that?
What we do is I try to instill, that old saying, no sacred cows, kind of thing. So that's the one thing that I tell them. I think it comes with, you have to understand that you're not the tell-all be-all of this team. You have to make it known that the team is a team. So whether Coach Bacon's here or not, that Montclair is going to move on, or is going to, have to be successful. So it's all about the team. If you're not here, the team's going to keep moving forward, kind of thing. So what I try to do is I try to tell them, like, hey, if you don't want to be here, if you don't want to do the standard, because it's not like rules now it's standard. I think like not Tony Dungy, but Herm Edwards said, like, it's standards now. If you're not meeting the standards, then you can't be part of this team. And if you can't be part of this team, then you need to go somewhere else. And, he says there's no lock around the field. Like, there's no door. You can leave when you choose, kind of thing. So I tell him that. I make it known, like, how bad do you want to play football? And it's one of those where coaches, I don't know how coaches do it, like, other schools, but I will play with 30 varsity guys. Like, some coaches won't, but you can't sacrifice the culture of letting that kid just do whatever he wants and then think you're going to have a successful program. And that's one of the things that I learned last year, because I faltered in that. I started off being good, and then I kind of just lagged. The losses came and kids were doing this, and I'm like, sure, don't show up, whatever, kind of thing. So I blame myself of losing 7 straight, last year, of just not holding people accountable. So I made a mission this year. It's like, okay, you're going to be a different coach, and everybody's going to be on your level no matter what. You got to keep telling yourself so you can stay up there. So I think our culture has changed. It changed dramatically, and I think kids understand that it's not playing around. And I had a coach from Montclair go coach at Centennial. He went there, and he was like a guy in the booth that just helped out. And he would tell me Centennial would sit you a game if you went to a funeral. Like, if you had a funeral to go to, they'll sit you. Like, no questions asked. You're done. You miss one practice, you're done. If you're late, it's like you miss a half. So, like, that's the kind of thing where I'm like, oh, I don't have a third string 4-star like they do, but but I gotta have those rules, right? That's what a winning culture is, right? I mean, that's how you win games. So if that's what I gotta do, that's what I gotta do. So I'm instilling that, like, there's gonna be rules. If you can't meet those, you should play football. And I'm okay. And I look at that as like, I'm okay with that, because if you really want to play, as we know, you'll do what you got to do. You'll show up to meetings. You'll show up to practice. You'll show up on film. You will show up however you got to show up, get a ride, walk, run, sleep in the locker room in between practices. you'll do what you have to do to play football. So that's what I'm telling him.
That's great, man. Yeah, man.
That's the truth.
Yeah.
It is.
That's the truth. I mean,
That's
it
like
really
it.
is.
It's old school, bro. That's so. Yeah, I love it, bro.
It's
We
like
missed practice. We didn't miss practice, did we?
no,
I don't even miss practice at all.
heck no. It's funny you brought up like you don't miss for things. Andy's brother got a hold of some tickets. The opening of Staples Center. I thought I was going. Beach like you go, you ain't playing them. And it was a Monday, what was our Mondays like the lightest day? He's like, nope. I'm like, don't go. And now I'm starting the process Andy's talking about. As I watch my own son play in the middle of a pandemic, another whole story. But it's a different process. It's these
Jason
kids.
got holes in his pockets today. He dropping dimes.
They
So you didn't go-
you saw it.
you
It's a
didn't
whole
go-
different process now. I
You
didn't
missed
go.
practice.
Heck no, I didn't miss no practice. But it's like what you're talking about, Bacon and Johnny. We sat there and experienced this. They have a different mentality. The whole they walk around. They I don't know. It's different. That part of I don't miss coaching. I see lights on and I miss it. But
I'll tell you a story real quick.
Yeah.
My first practice at Chaffey College, I remember Hadaway kept on, yeah, you should come to play. We're doing summer practices. I'm like, okay. So we go out, we're doing like one-on-ones, right? And I'm like, okay, I'm going up this guy. Kenny Kitchen. I'll never forget. Kenny Kitchen.
I remember that name.
He looks at me and is like, over here, right? He doesn't move and just fucking whacks me across the side of my helmet and runs a route and catches the pass. And I'm like, looking around and like laughing, like, no, that's what it is. You need to be ready for that. Like, that was the first thing I'm like, wow, this is crazy. Like, he literally like, bam, get off me. I'm trying to cover this guy. I'll never forget that, man. I was so scared of that guy. I was so scared of that guy. I don't know why.
He was a man. We were young kids. That dude was like 24, 25.
Was
that
he?
was, yeah, he was an older dude. That was, for me, that was the welcome to JUCO. Is these aren't kids. These aren't all kids. There's some grown men out here.
yeah,
And to me, I think that was the probably the best experience was preparing the week in practice. We had a squad, and I'll be honest with you, in JUCO, the only team that could really, even get us competing was Valley. And Valley had big dudes. They had dudes that could, just bench press 500 pounds. A lot of them were felons, but they got the release program. But that squad,
that was a whole different deal.
They were, they weren't a team, but they had talent and they were big dudes. And every week in practice, I played harder than I played in the game until that week. The D line we had, we had 6 dudes go D1, and every week it was, I got to, go again. The one dude I could never block was Keely Boy. Like I would look at Coach Mo like he's all he's gonna do is bull rush. Like what? I mean,
You knew it was coming.
What am I gonna do? And he would just drill people 10 yards in the backfield. Like, and I'm just like, what what can you do? And but it was fun. It was fun. It was competing. We'd do inside run, then we go one-on-ones, and we go team. Team was the funnest part for me because the DBs wouldn't shut up. The linebackers were pretty quiet, and then the D line, they would talk. And like me, Tandy, B, we would just I would tell them all day at school, like, I hope you make a play today. I mean, it ain't gonna happen, but I hope you make a play. And we'd be in class, throwing up X signs to each other and just getting the competitive spirit going, and then it was strap it up and let's do it. And that was the funnest part because it was just like, just think about it. Andy and Jason were the younger part of the D-line rotation, and they both started at D1. And they were rotating then. That's how deep we were. That's how talented we were. And it was just like nonstop. For me, I don't know, how DBs practice. I don't know how the running backs practice. For us, it was we're banging all day. We go to inside run, we're banging. We go to one-on-ones, we're banging. When we go to team, we're banging. And to me, that was, the thing that got the competitive juices flowing and made you feel like I want to be good at this because I don't want to get my ass handed to me.
Yeah.
And that's what I took it as. Like, I'm going to kick their ass because I'm not going to go to school tomorrow and have them be like, I
Hear
beat
about
you.
it.
And you ain't doing that. Like, I'm going to kick your ass and I'm going to slap hands with you. And tomorrow at school, I'm going to tell you, like, I got you. I'm going to get you tomorrow, too. And then when it was game time, it was just like, man, this is easy.
Were you guys ever concerned about not getting a scholarship out of JC?
I mean, I think, I mean, that's a great question, man.
Did you ever think shit, I might not get one?
Yeah, I think I did,
You?
But I had a lot of faith that I would if I kept grinding and pushing. But then I sustained that injury, and then I was like, oh shoot, I might have gone out the window, but thankfully, Northridge still offered the opportunity. But yeah, I think I did.
Jason,
being so young and dumb to the game and just the life lessons part of it, like we were talking earlier about the high school part of it. Little did I know I was on probably one of the best teams this area had ever seen. Right? I mean, I didn't no idea at the time. And then had I had any grades, I wouldn't have ever been a JUCO, right? So I guess I didn't think about it because I wanted one, yeah. And I had great coaches at high school level, right? So I get there and, I wanted it, but I don't know. I guess I didn't think about it. I just figured if I played hard, I'd be okay. And I was having fun.
Out of JC? JC?
That's what I'm saying. When I got to JUCO, I was playing and I was having fun. I mean, Johnny, you're sitting there talking stories. I don't even think I've ever told Ed this. But there's still one player, Chafee, still. It was like, welcome to college. I jumped up to try and bat down a pass. He put me on my butt. With him and I all day in the middle. It was Ed probably one of the hardest guys ever to go against.
That's a big homie.
And I'm talking all the way through Division I, playing all Pac-10 centers at Washington State. I mean, this guy. Yeah, so I guess I didn't really think about it. I was just keep playing hard and had people in my corner telling me just do that and it'll take care of itself. The process part of it, right?
Yeah.
Did you worry about it?
I honestly, I don't think I did. Like you said, like we were just having fun. I figured it would come because we were a good team, and if we did what we're supposed to do, with like the classes and stuff and everything, I thought it would just okay, like something would happen. I wasn't like, oh, I need to get the scholarship, or it was just like, okay, we're a good team. Somebody's gonna come. Like, try not to worry about it. But I was just thinking about that, like. I don't think we were worried too much. I remember Bishop used to get all these letters and all these scouts, and he was like, I'm not talking to him. Who is it? Cal? No. Tell me when it's like
don't give me
Arizona State. Yeah, like he was so picky.
Wasted talent we played with at junior college and high school. I can name guys after guys who should have been in the NFL, had more skill than, and they just wasted their talent.
He literally wouldn't go see coaches that are waiting for him because he was like, nah, I don't care about that. That would just blow me away. Like, wow.
That's funny because I had a story when Washington came to Chafee and Coach Baez got me and he said, go find Dre. And I'm like, well, I'm not going to go find him. Like, what? And he's like, the coach wants to talk to both of you. And I'm like, I think he's in the cafeteria.
Yeah.
And Baez went up there and he told him, nah, I'm not going to talk to that coach today. And I was like,
I didn't know that. I never knew that.
Yeah. Oh, man.
He wasn't the only one we played with, you guys. There was a lot of those guys.
Yeah.
I think Dre took the cake, though, because
I don't know. Shane Scruggs was pretty bad.
I didn't play with him, so I don't know.
And he was with me at Altaloma, so I watched him the whole time. He
didn't want to go talk to coaches.
You can ask Cat or Beach. It was even worse. He was the first guy to get Nebraska to actually come out here. That's when Nebraska was powerhouse. They'd never come out here. Second they saw his transcript, they even walked away.
Wow.
Talk about wasted talent. He is another whole. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the 90s, bro. I mean,
Nebraska was Nebraska then. That's like the Nebraska we know.
Yeah, man.
They came in, left the transcript, and walked right back out. Now, granted, that's a little bit different than not going, but still, I mean, it's same idea. It's just wasted talent.
You know what was fun for me though, man, and obviously getting the letters, and obviously they're just letters, right? But it was fun getting those letters, man. You know, I don't know about you guys. Well, I can imagine you guys enjoyed them too. Who doesn't, right? But that was cool, you know, just coming out of because I always felt like in football, when I left high school, man, I didn't have any closure with the game of football. I felt like my junior year I got cut short for disciplinary action. I missed like the last 4 games, and then my senior year I got you know, had a knee injury throughout the year, so that kind of you know, put a damper on my season. So I always felt like, man, I didn't quite get fulfilled, you know. So that's why I went to the Navy, came back, decided to play again, and then to start, you know, to see success, man. Finally see success as a football player, man. And based on what had happened in high school, was really, for me, man, it was really gratifying, bro. It was really cool because, yeah, man. So getting those letters, I felt like, man, I was, you know, I felt like there was some opportunity that I was going to be, you know, encountering soon. You know, going back to your question, Bacon, you know, so like I always felt like, yeah, I'm going somewhere here, man. This is awesome. You know, you know, people are noticing you. You know, so, but who was the biggest school you got a letter from, Johnny?
I got everybody from the Pac-10, but SC and UCLA.
Except those 2?
Yeah, those are the only 2 that didn't recruit me.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, and you still like USC, huh? Interesting.
Yeah, you know, that's a childhood thing, but
wow.
Yeah, it was to go back to Bacon's question. Like, I blew my knee out my freshman year at Chafee. So, you know, I didn't know, you know, I wasn't, you know, very knowledgeable about, you know, football to begin with. Because, you know, it literally was like the 12th game I've played ever. And I blew it out. And I go to the doctor, and the doctor, you know, pulls up the MRI. And, you know, I obliterated my ACL, my MCL, and my meniscus. And, you know, I didn't know. I had never broken a bone. I never, you know, got stitches, nothing. And second game, my freshman year at Chafee, blew it out. And the doctor came in, and he was, at the time, he was the orthopedic surgeon for the Clippers out of the Riverside Medical or Sports Clinic. And he literally told me, like, you're never going to play football again, you know. And, you know, that was the only thing I wanted to do, was just play football. And, you know, from that, like, I really had doubts, and I was scared. You know, I didn't care about walking or, you know, having, you know, range of motion or any of that. I just wanted to play football, you know. And, you know, for me, it was Coach Mo. He instilled the belief in me. You know, like I sent him a message on Facebook like a month or 2 ago, and, you know, I just told him that, you know, he was one of the people that I really looked up to, and, you know, I appreciated him. I was a dickhead to him the whole time I was there. You know, I never let it, you know, a moment get away where I didn't give him a smart ass comment or, you know, whatever. But for him, you know, he stuck by me, and, you know, he's the one that got me to where I was when I was at JP, and to the opportunities that I had. You know, it was him. And, you know, I was scared because I was like, man, I blew my ACL. The doctor told me that I'm probably not going to play football no more. So, you know, there goes my shot. Like, and I didn't really understand the concept of recruiting back then. I was just like, okay, I'm going to get a scholarship. That's all I knew. But, you know, that was a scary part for me. It was just like, man, I just started, and I had fallen in love. And, you know, I had a doctor telling me, you're not going to ever play again. And it was just like, I remember that day, you know, my mom picked me up from my appointment, and I was quiet, and, you know, I kind of felt like I let them down. You know, they've given me everything I could to get to that point, and, you know, my body failed them to, you know, get me to college. And I was scared. I went home that day and, just went, I hopped up the stairs because I couldn't walk, and I just locked my door, and I literally tucked my face into my pillow and cried. And it was just like, but Coach Mo told me that, all it's going to take is commitment and hard work. And, you could be what you want to be. If you want to be a scholarship player, you will. And if you don't, you don't. But it's in your hands. But I was terrified that I was like, man, I just started playing, and then this game's going to be taken away.
Yeah, man. No, it's a great story, Johnny. What you did, man, and I'm so, happy for that you, attained success, and you overcame that injury, that setback, and minor setback, major comeback, man. So,
yes, sir.
Man, you guys, this has been. I have a little surprise. I want to show everybody something real quick. I don't know if you guys have yours on handy there, but I kind of wanted to show everybody.
I already know what this is. Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have yours. Bust out the old jersey.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
I got the red one somewhere. I don't have the black one.
I got the black one.
I have the red and the white one.
Yeah, I got the red.
I got this one.
The black one is your guys' senior years, right?
Their senior year. Their senior year.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
You didn't play a game?
I played 3 quarters of them. We had a defensive end who made sure I got injured because I had to chase all over the field that game.
I forget Jason grew up in Montana again.
Oh, here we go. Now my black one I gave to my high school coach when he retired. Really? Yeah, we got it framed for him. So that's why I only got the red one.
I love those red ones. Red and black.
Still have the big sky patch?
The red one? Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
They started wearing them black ones when I was crippled. That was when I broke my foot the second time.
That was the home jerseys, right?
Yeah.
They got 1 game in them.
Yeah, I was gonna say how many games did you guys actually play in them?
I think
you guys
3.
were traveling that year, right?
3.
We had 3.
We had 7 road games. 7 road games that year.
Yeah.
The only thing I remember that year is 9/11 and broken foot.
Yeah.
I'm feeling bad for you guys. I seriously, that was a weird year. This is kind of parallel, actually. I mean, this is starting to feel like.
Yeah.
No shit. Yeah, man. Hey, guys, man, this has been quite the conversation. We definitely got to do this again. We'll come back. You guys down for part 2 in the near future?
Let me know.
For sure, Trick.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll get into more of our college days and into more of those stories and reminisce. But yeah, man, I want to thank you guys for coming on, taking the time, man. I love you guys, man. What can I say, man? You guys are just amazing human beings.
Johnny, when's the wedding?
There you
go. Hopefully the world opens soon.
Okay.
So, for sure it'll probably be next year.
Okay.
Hopefully, everybody can come. If we're still in what we are right now, we'll probably, do something small, but then, later do a big ceremony, a big reception, and, invite everybody out because it just sucks, But, the goal is 2021.
Okay.
I told her the other day, we're getting married, even if we're driving up to the courthouse. We can go celebrate later, but definitely I will be getting married 2021.
Okay.
Nice, bro.
What about you, Jay?
I'm worried about you. I'm excited for you and Blanca. She's the first woman I ever seen calm your butt down, and actually you get quiet for her. You actually only talk this much when she's around. So, man.
But you have to keep in mind, you will always be my favorite host.
Oh.
Hey, you just make sure my little nephew keeps you in check because I know you can't get enough Italian. You have to go get the little one.
Yeah. he is a handful. He is a handful. So, but yeah, definitely. I will say, if you guys are able to make it, you all will be there.
Yes, for sure.
My brothers forever, and it wouldn't be a ceremony if I didn't have you guys there.
For sure. Bachelor party.
Mardi Gras, hopefully.
Mardi Gras.
Like
yeah.
Mardi Gras.
Hey, Andy, you got to stay home though.
No, he's gonna show us because remember he was was traveling the world while we were playing in the sandbox. And,
while we were
doing
that's
all
another
these
story,
good
another time
things.
off the air. The last bachelor party I remember with Andy.
Marty,
Wow.
I like that. I like that.
Hey, shout out to Coach Martin out there, man. Good, thanks for coming in, Coach Martin. Appreciate you being here, man.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah.
Zoe showed up too. I saw Zoe.
Yeah, we had some friends. Who's you guys know who Zoe
I
Solorzano
thought
is?
you said Zoe. Yeah,
That's
Zoe.
yeah, Victor's
Sozano's
little brother.
he played right after
He
us.
played before
Chafee High?
Yeah, but he
Yeah.
played at Chafee right after us.
Oh, shout
No,
out! What's up, Coach?
Zoe played after, and Victor played before.
Yeah, man. Yeah, everyone. We had some good. Andy G was here. Good friend of mine, another podcaster, Joe.
You didn't tell me Andy G's a Bills fan, huh? More than one of us in the room tonight.
Oh yeah, that's right, man. I didn't know that. That sucks.
Jason, that story sounds amazing.
Your sister was here, Jay.
Was she?
Shout out
I didn't see that.
Sarah
Okay.
Davis, yeah, in the comments there, and then above the hook, Mega Man. Thank you guys for chiming in. Hey, Coach Bacon, before we go, man, I want to. When's your first game, man?
January 8th,
Versus who?
Gary High School.
Oh, okay. See, that's great, man. That's great. I'm glad to hear it. We're gonna have some football come springtime.
We're trying to live stream it, so we're getting it ready to where the games are going to be live streamed. So just to let you know.
So
Are
no
you guys
fans.
Are you guys gonna have students there?
I don't know about that, but either way, we're going to live stream it for people so they'll be able to see it. So I think even if we did have fans, we're still going to live stream it. I think that's something we're going to try to do moving forward.
Okay.
Yeah.
You definitely gotta share that link.
I think it'll be fun, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you can give your opinions on what I'm doing wrong, Johnny. I mean, you'd be like, why is he doing that?
I'm just waiting for the get back coach offer. You can have Jason on there talking about Mimi. And Mimi.
Wow.
But that's the fun part, though.
On that note, Dodgers just won.
What's
Nice.
5-1. Was it 5-1?
There it is.
Okay.
5-1, so.
Dodgers Lakers tonight.
Good night.
Baby. I know Bacon. Coach Bacon is I don't know, Niners Giants or something like that. Who cares?
Baseball, is that a sport? I didn't even watch that anymore, man.
Oh, you're not a Laker fan, huh?
I mean, I don't even like Bulls if I had to pick some, but that was because
Hey, then you got a little bit in the finals. Jimmy B's repping for you.
yeah. I mean, I haven't really got into basketball.
But Bake's never liked any of the hometown teams, though.
Yeah,
He's never liked. Oh man.
Yeah, I was just saying, who did you like in college? You used to wear like the Titans jersey.
Who, me?
no, I
No,
had
Jake.
it McNair, but Frisco, baby, 49ers.
Yeah,
49ers.
he's always
That
been.
sounds
And
amazing.
my Michigan let me down, so I'm gonna have to pick a new college team. Andy used to make fun of me all the time, like, "Oh, Michigan, they're gonna lose again." Like, can't take it.
Oh man. Anyways, man. Hey guys, again, thanks again, man. Looking forward to part 2 in the near future. I love you guys, and want to thank everybody else. Let's finish. Any shout outs? Jay, you want to do any shout outs?
No shout outs for me. You guys are good. I'm here with you guys. Yeah, we're good. Obviously the fam, but we leave it there.
Awesome. Johnny?
Just my brothers, to the ones that are on right now and the ones that hopefully are listening. You guys played a big part of my life, and I appreciate you, and I love you to the day I die.
Likewise, brother. Thank you, man. And Martin, any shout outs you want to?
Shout out, always Chafee, man. Chafee Pride, man. Shout out to Northridge, man. There's some good guys there. Shout out to Monster High School. Go Cavs.
There we go.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. Yeah, shout out to Big Ed Powell.
Ed Powell,
Yeah, he was texting me.
Mm-hmm. Oh, really? Yeah. Well, we'll get him back on. We'll get him on here. What
Save him for
about
the college stuff?
What's that?
Save him for the college stuff. Bringing those experiences.
Here's a name for you. Shout out to Steve Leva.
Oh wow!
yeah.
Yeah.
wow.
Steve was the homie.
Man. That was the toughest guy, and he was that big.
Did anybody stay in touch with him?
We talked about that, huh, Andy? Neither one of us after that sophomore year never found that guy.
Nah, yeah. I wonder what he's up to, man. He's out of Claremont. I hope maybe maybe we can track him down somehow, look him up. But yeah, man.
Next time I'm down, let me know. AA.
Right. That's right. Anyways, well, all right, guys. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. We have our Talking Football Part 1 with Martin Bacon, Johnny Acosta, Jason Nicastro, football players extraordinaires, exceptional men, man. My great friends, and tune in tomorrow for Part 2 with Coach Daniel Fierro. He's going to be coming on, and he's going to be giving us a lot more insight, just like tonight, about the game of football. So I hope you enjoyed this one. For everybody, Jason, Johnny, and Martin, once again, everybody in the comments, thank you for being here. If you're viewing this on the replay, viewing this live right now, thank you guys. Don't forget to subscribe, follow us on Instagram, all that good stuff. Like, follow, share, leave us a comment, rate, and review, and much appreciated. So again, we'll see you guys tomorrow. For my friends, always remember,
take it easy.